soundtrack of your life, what would that be now?
I guess the soundtrack of my life. I was thinking about that when you asked me that. And the soundtrack of my life, I was like, probably my favorite songs that I loved were, of course, George Michael Freedom, Freedom 90.
Uh-huh.
Because that's, just has all the music video that was shot by David Fincher. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
With all the
Yeah.
supermodels, and that's that song. Just when I hear it, like I have to catwalk around my house, and it gets me going, and it brings back all the memories that I have in my life. And it's the hair and the makeup and the glam, and it just brings me out. And that song is one of my favorite songs, probably of all time. I always try to make lists of my favorite songs
Do you
of
have
all time.
playlists?
Oh yeah, I have playlists
Tons
all.
of playlists on Spotify.
I don't. I have. I should make playlists on Spotify. I'll do that and I'll send it to you
There
because
you
I
go.
always try to like categorize things like the best of like whatever decades and things like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And definitely that, and then Vogue. Like if I hear Vogue, of course Madonna. That like is just such an era for me because I used to do dance routines to that in high school, and just the glam and so
What
that
about
really.
way back when you were a child? What were you listening to when you were first paying attention to music? Because clearly that, that's in your blood, it's in your soul, it's in your DNA, right? Music.
Yes. My favorite song as a child was that I remember like that hit me hard in my chest, in my guts, was Another One Bites the Dust,
Oh, yes.
Queen, because it
Yes.
was like ba-da-doom, doom. Like I remember that I was a kid and I was like, oh, oh God, oh God, oh God. I felt that like, just going. And still to this day of my whole life, like I have to think that that's probably my favorite song of all time
Oh,
because
really?
yeah, like I
That's
love a groovy bass line, like because I love to dance, like, and I think because of my mom, like I'm a pretty damn good dancer, and that groove. And then funny enough, my dad, his favorite, which I didn't know till recently, till we talked about it, like his favorite band is Queen, and
is it really?
yeah, so I was like,
Yeah.
and then we're in the car recently, and Bohemian Rhapsody came on. He's like, best song of all time, best song of all time. And so I'm like, that's funny. I think the best song of all time is Another One Bites the Dust. And so, and then my second favorite song is George Michael Freedom 90 because I think the sections of the song, if how he wrote it, are so
Mm.
amazing. How you can listen to each section and it goes, you don't know where it's really gonna have gone. It's phenomenal. So yeah, that those two just get me, and I will never turn either song off ever. No, I can hear them a million times and I'll never get sick of them. Like those just, gosh, they're just guttural. So,
Where do you get your dancing on then these days?
um, what do you mean? Where do I
Where do
go
you
to?
go for dancing?
Oh, it's funny because, well, I dance in my house all the time, like with my cats. Like my cats get a concert that is, but I mean, it's really, it's funny because, um, my my friends my I have a group of friends that are really fun, and my brother likes to DJ. My brother's a really good DJ. He has the whole setup with like the stand and the lights, and he's got like these light up cubes, and he just spins all the time. And then we will have like dance parties, which are great. We haven't as much recently. I mean, he needs to actually, I'm gonna tell him he needs to get on it. But like at Halloween, he set up turntables in Toluca Lake, where we live, is a huge Halloween spot in Los Angeles. And he set up turntables on the front lawn, and he had a big marshmallow light up hat, which is a DJ. And people thought he was the real DJ Marshmallow. And he, turns, and we all dance on the front lawn. But if you see me at a wedding, oh, people are like, wow, that girl, the people will be like, that white girl has soul. Because I will just get out there and just kill it. I mean, that is my time. But yeah, really like the last wedding I went to was a few weeks ago, and I think I burned probably 2,000 calories. But I need to go out more. I need to go out more.
And the singing then? Where do you get the chance to sing now?
It's so funny because I always say I'm like, so at rap parties, it's funny. Last year, when Frasier rapped, we had a rap party and they had karaoke, and I got up and nobody knew this about me, but so I got up and I did Britney,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. So I do a really good Britney, and I did the whole, and I can like do her whole thing, and everybody was like shocked, and everybody, they were like, we had no idea, and I said, well, I was an aspiring pop star. And now the only thing that really took off good for is giving, I am so good at karaoke. Like
Oh,
I
well,
can,
what's your karaoke go to then? What?
well, if it depends on the crowd. Like if I just want to be like a ringer, I will, and I don't know anyone, I will
Uh-huh.
do Britney and Blow the House Down because I can do
Okay.
Slave for You or Oops, I Did It Again. I can do the whole, like I have the exact routine, like boom, pow, down. And I could kill it. Or my latest thing is I can do like, if it's just like a fun party crowd with a lot of guys, I can do Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me, and I could whip my hair and do a whole thing, and people will go. And I'm very like into the whole movement of it because I can dance, and so I can kind of change my voice and put on a whole show, and people will just be like, "What?"
Do you need a couple of drinks before you do this, or can you go straight in
No,
cold?
this is the funny thing is like I completely don't drink because it gives me migraines.
Ah,
And so that's what people are so surprised about is that I'm such an extrovert that I'll just sign up, I'll go first, and they'll be like, watch this.
what's your
And
star?
that's
What's your star sign, Farah?
Capricorn.
Ah,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like so it's and I had an ex-boyfriend. We went to some I don't remember what kind of party it was, but he had never heard me sing or anything, and he was like signed himself up to do Elvis, what's that? Caught in a Trap. That song,
oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, Suspicious Minds.
Suspicious
And
minds. Yeah.
so he went first, and um and he sang, and he was really pleased with himself. I mean, he was pleased with himself about everything. And he finished and he was smug. And then I got up there and I did Def Leppard, and I was just crazy. And then I got up there and I finished, and he goes, God, you won. And the guy that was hosting, he goes, well, folks, and that's how you karaoke. And the crowd was going wild. And I said, well, at least my pop star career didn't work out, but at least I'm damn good at karaokeing.
Exactly. You can make up for it now. Do you have any regrets about that, of leaving that behind?
No, because you know what? It's like I left it all on the floor.
Okay.
I went 100%. And, like I said, I'm going to send you my music video just so you could
Yeah.
see. But you could see I did pretty damn well. And the music video my dad paid for, which is really awesome. And I always tell him, like, hey, Dad, I never got married. So it cost about the same as a wedding, but it's so much cooler. It's so fun. It's so cool. And I really had so much fun. Now I can look back and say I had so much fun in the studio and writing songs, and I would have these shows with all my friends as dancers, and I would make all my own costumes, and just making it, and then I
Mm.
would go sing on all these tracks for different rappers and punk songs, and it's the collaborations, the journey. Now I can enjoy the journey that I had. It
Yeah.
was so fun back
Yeah.
then. It was before social media, it was the 90s, in the early 2000s. So it was before all that. So I really had such a great time doing it. So I mean, that's the thing is like when you're an artist, you have to enjoy making the art. And
Mm.
I really did. I had so much fun. So I don't regret it all. I do regret a little bit because, like I said, I think I'm such a crazy person. I do regret, I think I should have maybe done a little comedy acting or something because I am a little bit loopy.
You can start your one woman show on TikTok today.
That's what my dad always says. He's like, you should have maybe gone into improv because I remember that I was offered some kind of like musical show, and they told me that I needed to take some improv classes, and they would have taken me, but I just wanted to go straight into music. My dad's like, you should have done that because I'm such a ham. But so maybe I should have done that, but I
Yeah.
don't think I would have made it as a dramatic actress because my feelings are tucked like very far down.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not sure I could have tapped into that stone that's deep inside of here. But I do think I would have maybe pursued a little bit of comedic acting had I taken the time to try that. But
Well, how about going back to, your singing career, but using your own channel of TikTok and, you know, you
I
could,
know
you
I
could,
could be like Susan Boyle. Remember her? What was
yeah, I
she?
do.
The
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
be like the
Exactly.
50-year-old.
Yeah. It's never too late, right?
That's true. You never
It,
know what can happen.
no, it's never too late to do that. So I'm thinking of all the things you could do now with the benefit of social media, right? You can fulfill your own career. You can manage yourself. You don't need a manager. You don't need an agent. You can just,
No,
you
I'm
know,
thinking I could just sell some of my old songs, because now everything comes around again, and things that are like Y2K are cool. So I
right?
could sell my library.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
When you look back though at your career now, because it sounds like you are at a bit of a crossroads, Farah, what would you say would have been the milestones? What are the times that stood out for you as being life changing?
I think like the milestones would be, I think Will and Grace obviously was just an experience that was something that I can't believe happened to me. I mean, that was just, and I think at the time, like I knew enough to understand that it was unbelievable. Being on set and having J-Lo dancing like 10 feet in front of me, while I'm just like standing this close. I knew like it was something that was just not normal. That was too unbelievable. There were a lot of times when I would watch things and just get chills, that were so cool. I had like Will and Grace was bizarre because we had this tiny little makeup room on stage, and I would walk in my chair and Madonna would be sitting there. And I'm like, hi. And it, and I get to have these amazing, great conversations with these people that were just absolute legends. That to me was like the pinnacle. And it was hard after that to come down to,
Yeah, that was kind of like your Olympic Games in sporting metaphor,
yes,
right?
like you come down after that
It's
and
really
you're
hard to
going,
come down off something that is that significant in your career, and the big event.
the big event.
Yeah.
That was tough. And we got so many perks on that show. I mean, we had so many huge sponsors and gifts and swag and vacations and all kinds of stuff. And it was the height of being paid, so much. And I mean, it was like, gosh. So going
That must have
down
been
from there.
hard. Yeah, when you wrapped, like that's it. You walk away for something like that. Did you pick up another job fairly quickly?
No, well, we did, but that was when like I said, the fall of kind of multicams, and so I
Yeah.
went on a show. It's funny because on Will and Grace, we were given like our Christmas gifts. We were given things like we got camcorders and Will and Grace TiVos. Remember when TiVos were big?
Yes.
Like electronics. Will and
Yeah.
Grace TiVos. Like so, every Christmas gifts we were given like the most amazing gifts. And the last thing we got were MacBooks, Will and Grace MacBooks, like amazing things. And then so the next show I went on, and we would literally have to back our car up to get the amount of gifts that we were given to load them up. I mean, it was crazy. Will and Grace Uggs, Nikes, like with, and then the next show I went on was my show Greek. That was and they said, okay, drive up to the office to pick up your Christmas gifts. I back my car up and they hand us a bottle of wine. And I was like, oh no, like it was over. It was over. I was so
Yeah.
upset. And then we had the reboot and we got Apple Watches again. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, those days are over. But my show Mid-Century Modern, it kind of it felt really good again. You know, it was with this my Will and Grace creators. So I pray something like that because it's got the same level of talent and everything. So hopefully something like that will
So what's
happen.
your creative juices flowing toward now then? You said you were writing some music. So is that your main focus?
I'm writing a musical.
Oh, the musical. Okay.
Yeah, so my dad and I love Broadway musicals,
Yeah.
and so I'm writing one that was it was a TV show that I almost got a deal with, that I was in a development with a film company, and then so now I'm writing it as a stage musical. So, but I'm on page 56, so I've got like
You know,
40
there's
more to go.
discipline for you, right? You know,
I
that's
know.
something to get you out of bed every day, right?
I know. It's just like I used to be so motivated. I used to write so much. And then, it's the last few years have not been, it's just hard to, but I mean, I've got stacks and stacks of scripts. I'm always like the person that's like almost made it. Always, all my endeavors. Everybody knows that about me. So,
There's the three-quarter pile, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
keep the pen flowing, Farah, and
thank you.
the very best of luck whichever direction your career goes in. And thanks for taking time to do this. It's been fun.
Thank you. It's been really fun. I really appreciate it. Thank you.